This video introduces MIL-DTL-5015 Series II connectors. We'll focus on an example using the MS3406 connector and walk through how to decode its part number. To do this, we will the APOLLO Aerospace Components datasheet. On the second page, we see a perfect example of how to break down the connector part number. Our example part number is MS3406D32-22P. MS is the military prefix. 3406 is the shell style, which is a straight plug. D indicates the service class, called wrought aluminum cadmium olive drab. 32 is the shell size, and 22 is the contact arrangement. The contact style is pin contacts, and the polarizing position is normal. Now that we broke down the part number, we can use the MILNEC Interconnect Systems Series MIL-DTL-5015 catalogue to create a part number. In the table of contents, choose plug on page 19. Here is page 19, and here are the details of our part number at the bottom of the page. With this information, we would select TF06 to start our part number. Then we move on to select the finish. Notice the difference in the material finish descriptions. If your application involves high corrosion risk, mechanical wear, or critical electrical performance, cadmium over nickel is generally superior to cadmium olive drab chromate. So we can be confident this material finish meets the standard of the MS3406 connector. Next, we have to turn to page 12 for the insert arrangement selection table. But something peculiar happens here. You can't find 32-22 arrangement in the MILNEC catalog, which likely means this arrangement does not exist in the official MIL-DTL-5015 specification. If you have a part number like MS3406D32-22P, it might be a custom or vendor-specific configuration or a misinterpretation of the insert arrangement code. In this case, it is an original equipment manufacturer part number, and you will need to contact the manufacturer to obtain the part. This is a good example to be exposed to avoid unnecessary frustration trying to order a part that is not available to the general public. Regardless, we will continue with our example. The letter P stands for pin contact style, and the last character of the part number is blank, which means its insert rotation is defined as normal. Also, there is no optional backshell kit or accessory kit. Further down the page, we can see plug dimensions. The V thread is class 2A, which is an external thread. The diameter is 2 inches. The pitch is 18 threads per inch, and the series is unified special. This means the backshell must have a matching internal thread, which is a class 2B with the same size and pitch. So let's take a look at the backshell that will be used with this connector. Its part number is M85049/8-24W. Also, here is the part number for our connector. We know our connector has a shell size of 32, so you might be surprised not to see the number 32 in the backshell part number. Let's take a look at backshells from Amphenol PCD catalog to figure out if this backshell and connector will fit. If you do a search for M85049, you will find the /8 version on page 541. Also, you can see that the number 24 of our part is a dash number, not a shell size number, and we have to look on table A to find the shell size. On table A, we see that a dash number of 24 indicates a shell size of 32. So we know this backshell will fit our connector. Now, you may want to double check that the thread of the backshell will fit the thread of the connector. We already know the thread of the connector is V thread class 2A2.0000-18 UNS, and we are expecting to see V thread class 2B2.0000-18 UNS on the backshell. Unfortunately, this Amphenol catalog does not give us a thread for the backshell. In this case, you can switch over to Glenaire's Backshells and Connector Accessories catalog. Its index tells us to look in Section B for the 85049 backshell series. Page B23 is where you will find information on the backshell. This page directs you to page 39-11 to view the thread, but this page does not exist. What you could do is scroll down to page B27. Here you will find a table 1 with the shell size and dimensions, and we can see that shell size 32 is indeed a thread class 2B2.0000-18 UNS. Now you will be extra confident your backshell and connector will fit. In summary, understanding MIL-DTL-5015 Series II connectors, and how to decode part numbers is essential for accurate component selection. Always verify shell size, thread class, and insert arrangement against official specifications or OEM documentation to avoid costly mistakes. If you encounter unusual configurations, consult the manufacturer directly. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other resources for more connector insights.